Hey guys, and welcome back to the BSofSociety. So there's two things I want to cover in this video, the characters and the base system. So let's cover the base system first, since that's where we left off at. So the base, you basically have like five major things, right? You have the center, which is like your resources over time. You really don't get much from there, at least not at the beginning. To the left, you have your growing area, which you can grow your penguins, your phantasms, and your molagora seeds. And then to the left of that, you have your commission area, which I really don't know what that gives because I never really took advantage of it. To the right of the center, you have your catalyst area, where you can basically take your excess catalysts and throw them into there and get what you actually need out of it. Epic catalysts can only be built once a day, or no, epic catalysts can only be built once a week, I believe. And rare catalysts can only be built once a day. And then to the right of that, you have your equipment area, which I believe you can build 5 of every piece of equipment. I think it's once a day. So, there's some uses for this base. Now, to upgrade your base, you have to go back to the main adventuring area and look for side quests. Because these side stages will basically give you, if you go to complete like what's called these chaos portals, they can give you this item that you can use to upgrade your base. Now, every single one of these structures or whatever has 3 different upgrades, and each of them can be upgraded 3 times. So in total, you can do the math. So you can basically just pick which one you want to upgrade the most. My suggestion would probably be to upgrade the quality that you can get out of penguins and phantasms, and especially the molagoras, because I believe the level 0 on that structure, you can't get molagora goes. So, and every molagora counts in this game. So if you want more molagoras, go there. And yeah, that's basically it. Building equipment can be very annoying with this system because in order to get certain set pieces, it's kind of a little bit of an RNG. But in all honesty, it's pretty much what drags on your character. And I'll get into why in a minute. I'm going to be honest, I like these useful base systems. Like Hunky, I think used to have a useful base, but it's really not that useful anymore. I mean, it's basically just you go and collect your coins, and basically that's it. I mean, you can get some things real easy for sure, yeah, out of the Hunky dorm, but I would say the most useless dorm system I've seen is probably Genshin's, because the only thing you really get out of that is translucent energy, or translucent resin, which you only get 1 of per week and only gives you 60 resin. Oh my god, at least a Hunky dorm gives you prime materials. Arknight's dorm system gives you a lot of extra resources, probably the most useful of all of these. Girls Front Line's base system basically just is more passive. Once you upgrade them, you're done. And they give you more stuff when you upgrade them more, so I mean, it's kind of useful. But I think they just made it useful on purpose. And then you have Azur Lanes, which can give you more morale. And then you have Epic Sevens, which can give you more Molagoras or can help you build better equipment instead of having to farm for it. Whatever. Alright. So that's that. So the characters, right? We've basically went around the entire main screen now. So now we're smack dab in the middle of the main menu, which are your units. So sorry. So you basically have your 2 stars all the way up to 5 stars for base value. I believe your 1 stars are only penguins. I'm not sure. But if there are 1-stars that are level up, you can let me know on that as well. But basically, your 2-stars are usually farmable in normal stages and are also obtained through the gacha system. You have your 3-star units, which are usually obtained through the main system, or through the main gacha system. And then you have your 4-stars and 5-stars, which are basically only obtained from the gacha system, right? Sorry. Now, the main thing is that all these characters do require gear. And when you equip gear to them, the gear does not get discounted from the max storage. So be wary of that, because I believe every unit needs an artifact, a weapon, I think a side weapon, and then you have like your your main 4 pieces: your headgear, your chest piece, your oh no, it was weapons, and then you have your headpiece, your chest piece, your boots, your leggings, and then you have like you have a ring slot, and then you have a accessory slot, right? So basically every unit can have like 7 pieces of equipment, one of them being the artifact. Now the other 6 slots is where your building equipment comes in hand, because when you build equipment, you can basically build like a specific set. But of course, there's a lot of RNG, which I think the reason why there's a lot of RNG is because of the Molagora system. Kind of similar to the crown system in Genshin. So let's get into the skills, right? Because this is where Molagoras come in. 2-stars and 3-stars, or I think 2-stars. 2-stars might not require it, but 3-stars definitely do. Your stigma that you get from the Abyss, it's not just usable to heal your units in Automation Tower. It's also used here to increase 3-star unit skills. So if you're using a 3-star for whatever reason, and you want to level up their skills, save your stigma for this, because you do need a decent amount. You can also use stigma for rushing stuff in the base, when you're growing things, but I would personally just use it on 3-stars. 4-stars and 5-stars require Molagoras. Now again, you can get about 4 Molagoras pretty easily per week, at least. Automation Tower gives you 2 per every 2 weeks, so basically an additional from there. But I think on average you get about 4 a week. So I believe 4-stars for every single one of their skills probably require at least if a skill has about 6 level ups, I think they start requiring it after the second or third, and then it's 1, and then 2 or 4. So it's 6 per skill on 4-stars. Now, keep in mind, I'm kind of referring to Karen here. Or to Karen and Mercedes. I think Mercedes is a 4-star. 5-stars, on the other hand, I think require a lot more. Now, here's the deal. You remember when I said that, or at least I think I said, one of the packs in the shop gives you 22 Molagoras for $100. If you're wondering why you need so many Molagoras and get so little, even for purchasing them, it's because Molagoras are meant to be your long-term investment into a character. So you get a 5-star unit, this is your long-term investment for them. Now, the difference between Molagoras and crowns is Molagoras are actually obtained no matter the year. No matter if there's an update where the developers just don't feel like adding a Molagora to an event. No, you can always get Molagoras. Crowns, on the other hand, miHoYo has to put one into it. And does anybody else notice that this last update, 2.1, has 0 crowns? You see my point, Genshin? The artifact system is trash because of this very reason. And so is the gear system in Epic 7, because they're both basically similar. Because in order to build your gear, you're basically going through an RNG system. Now, the best gear is basically the level 85 gear, right? In order to get the sets, you have to go through this massive RNG. First of all, the gear quality isn't even guaranteed. I believe to get the best quality gear, it's like a 6% chance it starts off with. And this is the reason why you won't want to upgrade it, because that rate kind of goes up. But even then, I think it stops at like 15 or 20 or something. So it's really not that great. And then on top of that, the set bonus is RNG as well. So you could spend all day and not get it, right? Just for a single unit. And if you're like me, who wants to basically try to make your units the best as possible before you quit with them, that could be a long time before you finish them. And I think this is why the Molagora system is the way it is, because if you get that 5-star you really want to build, no, you're not going to be done with them anytime soon, right? And then the crown system is basically the same way, right? Artifacts basically is kind of like Stigmata on Honky. Basically, you find that perfect artifact. Most 4 stars and 5 stars have their own artifact pieces, or like their own artifact sets. But those, you basically just pay attention to what they have on them and see if it benefits your character. And boom, there you go. The last thing with Epic 7 is if you look to the far left in the middle of the screen, you'll notice that some units are obtainable entirely for free. I would suggest looking into them, because I'm not sure if any of them are very, all useful or not. But they are extra units, so doing them would probably be very beneficial. I'm not going to get into Destiny Child in the next video. There's a couple topics I kind of wanted to discuss because they came up basically last week, and I would like to cover them real quick. So, with that, I'll talk to you guys later. Later.